your boy Matthew Walker, aka Just Matt, and how y'all doing today, man? Hope y'all doing good, staying well, staying healthy, all that great stuff, man. Listen. Today we got a pretty special vid right here, man. We got a different vid. I say special for us, it's really different. This was recommended by Amani B, so I appreciate you, Amani, for recommending this vid right here. No cap. Yeah, this is how good was Muggsy Bogues actually, man. We gonna really, you know what I'm saying, dive in to see. You know what I'm saying? I know, bruh. I see some highlights of Muggsy Bogues. This dude, woo, boy, he's a problem. He's a problem. In any era, he's a problem. He's a problem, bro. He got quick hands, quick feet. He can get a bucket, and he can get a steal. Like, he's just, I see him being a attribute on any team. You know what I'm saying? The only disadvantage is his height. But his quickness, his defense, how sneaky he is on help. Player like him would help a lot on any team, for real. So, yeah. But before this video gets started, I just want to say a quick shout out to these two awesome individuals, Darnell and Kia. These two I spoke with not last night, but the night before on like a FaceTime call on the laptop, like Zoom. They support us at the channel, so they watch the videos and they enjoy the vids. So I really do appreciate the love and support, Darnell, Kia, for real. It was great talking to y'all, and yeah, I'm sure we're gonna be able to talk further in the future. But yeah, man, if you ever feel free to comment down, you know, below. For sure, I'm gonna respond. If it's 100 comments, you're gonna get 100 responses. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, feel free to do that. You got a special place in the channel. But yeah, man. Without further ado, let's get started, man. 3, 2, 1, let's go, man.
The average height of an NBA player is 6'7".
Word.
There have only been 25 players in history listed at 5'9" or shorter. The shortest of them all, standing at 5'3", is Tyrone Bogues,
5'3".
commonly known as Muggsy. Here's his life story and how he defied all the odds and snuck his way into the game of giants.
Shout out Nonstop Sports, by the way.
Surroundings that
Original
built
link in the
character.
description.
Tyrone was the youngest of 4 siblings in the Bogues family. They lived in the rough part of Baltimore, where life expectancy is often cut short due to drugs and violence. When Muggsy was only 5 years old, he ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time and got too close to an armed robbery. Shotgun pellets hit his arms and legs, and he was rushed to the hospital, thankfully without serious consequences. Muggsy's father and
I actually
oldest
heard that
brother
story,
were drug
him
addicts,
saying that.
and his dad got sentenced
I heard
to
the story.
20 years for an
It's
armed
crazy.
robbery of his home, when Muggsy was just 10 years old. Muggsy didn't choose the same route and relied on basketball to escape problems at home. He was the smallest at every playground, and in the beginning, it was tough for him to get picked in the game. But due to his perseverance and grit, he fought for his spot on the court, and that's where he developed his
That's
tenacious
respect.
approach to the game. A part
That's
of the
respect.
most dominant high school team ever. When we're talking about the most dominant high school team of all time, the early 80s Dunbar Poets from Baltimore are ranked #1 on most lists. With Muggsy at the helm, flanked by Reggie Williams and Reggie Lewis, the team was undefeated for 60 consecutive games from 1982 to
Wow.
1984. All
Dang.
3 players were first-round picks in the 1987 NBA draft, which was unheard of at the time. Statistical probability of 3 players drafted in the first round on the same high school team are 4 million to 1. Apart from 3 future NBA stars, the team had several other players with prominent NCAA careers,
that.
and
Cookies.
Dunbar was winning games by an average of 30 points. The Poets were the most famous high school team in the country, and their games attracted a flock of college scouts. With his relentless full-court defense and surgical precision in running the offense, Muggsy had a lot of offers on the table. Ultimately, he chose Wake Forest University, where he would spend the next 4 years of his basketball career. In 119 games as a D-kid, he averaged 8.3 points, 6.6 assists, and 2.4 rebounds. As a senior, those stats looked even better, with 14.8 points, 9.5 assists, and 3.8 rebounds. He left college
Solid
as the
numbers,
best
man.
passer,
That's solid.
best ball thief in
I'll take that
sports,
any day of the week. You know what I'm
and Wake
saying?
Forest honored him by
Solid
retiring
numbers.
his number 14 jersey. The stellar play of the
That's what's up.
unimaginably fast and pesky Bogues did not go unnoticed. Numerous NBA scouts were interested in him, but behind every discussion
Cookies.
about Muggsy stood
Telling
an
you,
eternal
sneaky, bro.
question. Can he really play with the big boys? And will his size be a limiting factor? Drafted by the Bullets, scooped by the Hornets. Despite size concerns, Bogues went surprisingly high in the stacked '87 draft.
Moving with
Washington
him.
Bullets selected him 12th overall, which was not greeted with too much enthusiasm from the fans in the nation's capital. The Bullets fans resented the management for not taking Mark Jackson, who was Rookie of the Year that season. After the tallest NBA player ever in Manute Bol, they selected the shortest one, and many people believed it was strictly for marketing reasons. Calculations that Bogues was not attractive enough to be selected in the 1988 expansion draft when Charlotte and Miami came into the NBA cost the Bullets dearly. They didn't label Muggsy as a protected player, and he was eligible in the expansion draft for 2 new NBA teams. The Hornets took him, and that's where he would spend the majority of his career and become an NBA legend. Muggsy, Zoe, and Grandmama. In Charlotte, Muggsy found a home and was absolutely adored by the fans.
Larry Johnson.
Despite winning only 20 games in the inaugural season, the city threw a parade for the Hornets. The initial run-in of the team, followed by poor results, also resulted in high picks in the draft. When Larry Johnson
Hold up, y'all. We're gonna go back. To Larry Johnson.
season, the city threw a parade for the Hornets. The initial run-in of the team, followed by poor results, also resulted in high picks in the draft. When Larry Johnson, Kendall Gill, and Alonzo Mourning came to the team, the Hornets were ready to make a leap. They achieved their best result in the 1992-93 season. They defeated the Boston Celtics in the first round of the playoffs with a spectacular game winner by Alonzo Mourning. Bogues peaked in the 1993-94 season, in which the Hornets hired Hersey Hawkins and Eddie Johnson, both fantastic shooters. That year, Muggsy averaged 10.8 points, 10.1 assists, and even 4.1 rebounds. Also, for the 6th straight season, he led the Hornets in steals and assists. Jordan Trash Talk and Space Jam. In the 1995
Jordan
NBA
Trash
playoffs,
Talk, man.
Charlotte faced the Chicago Bulls in the first round.
The
Bulls were again led by Michael Jordan, who realized that he's better at basketball than he is at baseball. During clutch moments of Game 4, Michael utilized his popular trash talking skills on Muggsy, leaning away from him, daring him to shoot. "Shoot the ball, you midget," Jordan said, with a few more F-word adjectives in between.
That's the PG version.
Down by 1, Muggsy took the shot and missed badly. The Bulls won the series in 4 games, and many pundits claimed Jordan destroyed Muggsy's confidence after that incident. Muggsy brushed it off and said he wasn't mad at Jordan for calling him a midget, and that it was all part of the game. What soothed the relationship?
Still kind of a little too far. You know what I'm saying?
That's 2 of the players whose talents were taken.
It had nothing to do with basketball, but
at the time, Muggsy was one of the most popular players in the game, and the world was astounded that he's able to play so well at that size, which was also highly marketable. Muggsy also had small roles in movies, Eddie and Joanna Man, and various TV shows and commercials. Knee injury and personal problems. A knee injury forced Muggsy to sit out almost the entire 95-96 season, and it came at the worst possible time. He was going through a divorce from his wife, Kim. On top of that, his older brother, Chucky, was struggling with heroin addiction and was on the brink of death or jail. Muggsy took him in his house and cared for him because he knew he wouldn't respond well to a rehabilitation clinic. Chucky respected his successful younger brother and thankfully managed to leave the drugs for good. Muggsy returned to the court for the 96-97 season and regained his old form. However, the Hornets couldn't get over the hump once again in the first round of the playoffs. And after Mourning and Johnson left the team, management decided it was Muggsy's turn to go as well. After 10 years in Charlotte, he was traded to the Golden State Warriors.
I didn't know he was in the Warriors.
He would play for the next 2 seasons. Frequently injured and on the wrong side of 30, Muggsy wasn't the same player he once was. Warriors years were followed by a trade to Toronto, where he played his last NBA season as a mentor to Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady.
That's what's up.
He retired in 2001 after playing 14 seasons in the NBA. Muggsy played a total of 889 games.
14 seasons though, that's
7.7 points,
that's still a long time.
7.5 assists, and 2.6 rebounds. He's the Charlotte Hornets' all-time career leader in assists.
Look at him. That's
5,557.
That's quick, bro.
And steals, 1,067. How he became Muggsy, dunking ability, and coaching career.
He can dunk?
In a column for Players Tribune, Muggsy explained the origin of his nickname. He was first called Apple by his family because he used to trim his head real low, and his head would shine like an apple. In high school, he was nicknamed Muggsy after a character in the Bowery Boys, who was smaller than everybody else, but still the most important part of the crew.
Oh, that's
he
what's
first hated
up.
the nickname, but it stuck, and almost nobody calls him Tyrone anymore. And even he rarely uses his real name now.
Wow.
And if you're wondering if a 5'3" Muggsy ever dunked, the answer is yes. Although he never dunked in an NBA game, Muggsy said his 44-inch vertical made it possible for him to dunk in practice, and that he completed
44.
exactly one in-game dunk in high school and another one in college.
That's tough.
In 2005, Muggsy became a coach of the Charlotte Sting in the WNBA, where he coached for 2 seasons with a 14-30 record. Of course, he was shorter than all of his players, with the shortest one coming in at 5'6". Muggsy lives in Charlotte, where he regularly hosts basketball camps for children and is serving as an ambassador for the Hornets.
Respect.
He's still regularly greeted and adored by basketball fans.
That's what's up, man.
Muggsy Bogues will always be remembered for his fearlessness, for proving heart is more important than height, and that being tall ain't all.
Facts. Hey, man. Shout out Nonstop Sports. Making this vid. When I came into this vid, I kind of thought when it said how good was he actually, be kind of like an analytical kind of vid, with like how underrated he was as far as like steals and all that stuff. It was kind of more of a life story, but it was good to know regardless. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to know extra information about these players for real. But shout out Muggsy Bogues, man. I mess with Muggsy Bogues for real. You know what I'm saying? Especially play with the Hornets, you know, having respect for Charlotte. That's what's up for real, man. I appreciate Muggsy for giving his all for Charlotte. I didn't know he played the Warriors, though. I knew he played the Raptors, but I didn't know about the Warriors. So, but yeah, man, that's going to do it for today. Hope y'all stay well, stay healthy, stay blessed. Love you guys very much, man. Peace. I'm out.